Hi there. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. Welcome to day 21 of my December dailies. Boy, we're getting close to the big day, aren't we? Um, Tonight is the winter solstice, and we loved the winter solstice in my family. We loved to acknowledge the history behind why we bring evergreens into our homes at this time of year and why we light candles and why we put a star at the top of our tree. Um, Traditions like that come from our pagan ancestors. Um, our family just loves to remember and acknowledge that in our celebrations at this time of year. So I've found a few things that I want to incorporate for my page where I'm just going to talk about the different aspects of the winter solstice that were important to us. And I love this page. I saved it for a reason. It's out of a children's storybook about animals at Christmas. And I mostly want it I like this gold border. I like that star. Although this is a lovely little bird, I think I want to try and incorporate these birds. I found this little card when I was thrifting last week, and I think I'm going to try my best to tear around the edge and put them over here. Then I'd like to find a way to put a bit of greenery here because, of course, that's a very important part of Christmas and solstice. So I may try and find a way using some pages out of a Jan Brett book, or else I also have one of these paper, it's gone out of my head, placemats. These disposable paper placemats that I just love. I might find a way to incorporate some green in that way. So let's get started. And the first thing I have to do, I've measured out here how wide I need this because I'm going to work on this page. So let's do that. I may also try and include this this ribbon. I can't think of anything else I would use it for except at Christmas time because it's quite bright. But you know what? Green and gold for Christmas, how nice. That I like. So let's get this trimmed down. Tickly throat, that's all. Just tickly. Now, maybe I'll use this side. Pencil. There we go. Then I'm going to have to use my scalloped edge cutter over at my other table. To do this side, so I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, good. So I still have my pencil mark up here. I want to take that off. And I'm going to take just a fraction off the other side. It's a little touch too wide, and it's easier to trim this side than it is to trim the scalloped side. There we go. I think that's good. Let's see. So that can go there. This would have made a good page for turning it into a pocket, but I really do plan on using this part to write my story, so I don't need a pocket. All right, good. Excellent. I want ink, of course. You can see a little raccoon tail there. It was a beautiful book, and I've used it in other journals, other Yule journals that I've made. Last year I used quite a few pages out of this book. If I ever see it again, I will absolutely snap it up. And I don't even remember the name of it, the title of it, or who the author was. I'm quite sure I'd know it if I saw it, though. Now, this is the tricky part, because I am going to cut this center part out. And I may do it off camera just because I'm going to be quite nervous doing it, and I'd rather feel as calm as possible. So I'm going to get everything ready, and then I'm sorry, I will pause for a second. So I've got my glass and my blade and a ruler, and hopefully, fingers crossed, wish me luck, this will be lovely when we're done. So hold on. Okay, hold on, that's better. We did it. So here's where the inside was, and fortunately there was a little bit of an embossed edge around it that gave me a little bit of a guideline, because I didn't want it to go right up to the gold flush. I wanted a bit of that ivory because I'm going to ink it, in case you were wondering. So let's put this out of the way. Put it back. There we go. All right, I like that. I'm going to, this can go. I saved this little branch. I'm not sure whether I will incorporate it or not, but I didn't want to lose that option. So I cut around that, but I do plan on putting these little chickadees. We get chickadees in the winter. I fed them this morning. I trudge out into my backyard. Hopefully the neighbors aren't laughing their heads off at me. Well, no, maybe that's nice. Maybe that's a good entertainment for them. Oh, there she goes again, trudging out in that outfit to feed those darn birds. But now that we don't have our little dog, we feel like the birds are have become our outdoor pets. And we're enjoying very much. Okay, that looks very pretty. Now here's what I'm thinking is, gosh, I just love cards like these. The paper is beautiful. That font is so pretty. Chickadees in winter. Cute. All right, well, let's do this. Off it comes. I wish this paper was bigger. I would use that as the background for writing on. It's so lovely. Just has a really nice feel to it. I hope it's terrible. Not terrible as in horrible, terrible as in you can tear it. Yeah. All right. Now, my timer is wrong because I paused it. So we're at 10, which means I have 20 minutes left. Sorry, I'm just resetting this so that I don't go too overtime. Now, I don't want to glue this down yet because I'm going to put writing paper in behind. But I can start laying out my plans for it. That's quite transparent. I think I'm going to have to glue it onto some paper. I can see the stripe through it. Mind you, it won't tear very nicely, and I really need a rough edge. Chickadees in winter. Wonder if I should move them. Hold on. I was thinking about also maybe incorporating an animal. So let's pull up. We're not going to use either of these two beautiful brutes. Aren't they gorgeous? Someday I'll find a book that they belong in. Not the lion or the badger. Badgers, we don't need no stinking badgers. Beautiful. Nope. Not a toad. Not a hare. Well, let's see. He's lovely too. This was all these, most of these animals came from a really wonderful children's animal dictionary. The illustrations are just gorgeous. Not these ones. Or this guy. Oh, he's from the book. I saved him. He's from the little book. I wonder if I could incorporate him into it. Put him back in where he belongs. See, that's his little tail right there. He was a character in the book. Well, we'll see. I'll put him aside. Oh, rats. Where was I? No, none of these work. They're just not what I was looking for. I find if I put the big animals on the bottom, it's easier to get them back into the DVD envelope. These are nice, but then I was hoping for something a little bigger. I wonder if there would be anything in the Jan Brett, that big Christmas Jan Brett. I might grab it and look through it. Where is it? There's just so many. Her artwork is so lovely. Okay, I'm going to pause because I don't want to take up my time leafing through this. So bear with me, and I'm going to pause. Okay, so I did find some nice artwork in the Jan Brett book. So I think this was from the Christmas Trolls. Okay. Anyhow, I think I like these trees here and this beautiful tree here. And I'm going to fussy cut them so I can put one on one side and maybe just a little bit of an edging on this side. I may have to take it on an angle. Trees grow crooked, especially, boy, if you've been in my province, Northern Ontario, because of the wind, the trees all grow sideways. I'm going to fussy cut. I'm going to pause and fussy cut, and so I will be back like that. Okay, so I have this tree fussy cut out. I like this one very much. That one is going to go right there. This one I got started on and I'm not liking it as much. And I decided no. And I've decided that I simply want the little birds here. And I know that makes it a little bottom heavy, but that's okay because that gives me room up here for my writing. Now again, I'm puzzled because this is quite transparent. I don't know if you can, but then I thought, why not make use of the transparency? And I thought maybe I would put some music behind those birds and play up on that. So I think I'm leaning towards using Mod Podge because Mod Podge will bring this out a bit more, and I'm hoping it'll work the way it works with napkins. I think, fingers crossed that it works that way. It's the same as what happens with napkins. So I want some pretty areas. I like, you know me, I love treble clefs. I just think they're so pretty. So I'd like to, no, that's not going to work. There's a treble clef in there, more in the center. I don't think I'm going to be able to work it out. That's all right. I am going to, I'm going to find another page that maybe is a full page. Hold on. I have this little book and I love it. I'm not sure. I think it's German. I don't read German. 1954. I love the size of it and I love the font. How pretty is that? It's recorder music. So I just want to find one. Maybe this one. Let's see if I can find one that has treble clefs in the middle of the page so I can have one of my pretty little treble clefs show beside the birds. Might not be able to pull that one off. I'm not seeing any. Nope. There's one up there, but it's not very busy. I'd like a busier one. There's one right there. All right. Let's try this one instead. Isn't that a pretty little book? And the color is just right. This just screams, I need to be in a junk journal. Where am I going to put it? I'm running out of room. All right, so there's a treble clef. Oh, but I liked that. I don't know. No, I don't think it's going to work because I want to make use of this blank space here. So I think I'm going to need to put it like that. And I want to remember how I want to lay it down. So I'm doing this. And that way I will know. Let's cross our fingers because these little chickadees could end up on the scrap heap. Now I need to... I just want something to pour my... And I need a brush. A brush. There we go. All right. So... Oh, what have I done? There we go. Hold on. Wax paper. Oh, maybe I'll use you. You look like little snowballs. I was going to use this on another page and I opted not to. Maybe this is the one that needs to be on it. Alrighty, let's hope. This actually might be a nice thing to do because when I do the Mod Podge on the top of the birdies, it will give them a bit of gloss and they'll stand out a bit. Now I may need to pause this again because I'm going to dry this with a brick on it so that it's really super flat. There we go. I guess we'll see. And whether it will let me tear it. Oh my. We've got a lot of unpredictables in the future for these little birds. That's all right. I don't mind if they're a little wavy. I think it will give a little bit of dimension to the page. Okay, now I'm going to pause because I want to rinse this. Okay, so while this is drying, let's do a bit of work on this. I need to ink around these edges because I can see the raw there. So I need some inking paper. There we go. And I have a feeling I'm going to need my little makeup brush to do this. To get right in there and get those white bits so that they really get covered up by the brown. I'm not sure yet how much of this will get trimmed off, so I'm just going to ink whatever I can ink. The green will still show through, so you don't have to worry too much about being precise and just getting it on the edge. The only thing that will result from having this on the green is that it will warm up the tone of the green. It won't be such a bluish hue, and it'll be more of like a chestnut green hue, and I'm quite okay with that. I was doing this and it got me to thinking, and I hope I've got enough pages left. Our family growing up, even though we weren't Jewish, we loved having latkes on Hanukkah. As a young mother, I used to like to get the Wednesday edition of the Toronto Star, the newspaper, because it had a section in it. They called it the family section. And gosh, it was just a nice read. It was, it was recipes. It was interesting articles that I sort of could, I'm at a loss for the word I'm looking for. They just appealed to me. At my stage in life with all these children, at one point, I had 4 children in 4 years. I had 4-year-old twins, a 2-year-old, and a newborn. So I'm just going to put a little on there. There's a bit of a bluish hue, and I want to warm that up a bit. Anyhow, one year, I guess, the first night of Hanukkah was on a Wednesday night. So back then you could choose what day you wanted delivery of the newspaper. And I would just get the Wednesday one because I liked the family section. And there was an article in it on Sarah Waxman. Her husband, Al Waxman, was quite a famous Toronto actor, comedian. He had a TV show for a while, The King of Kensington. Gosh, it was funny. Anyhow, his wife, Sarah, there was an article on her family's traditions for Hanukkah and how and her recipe for latkes. And I had never heard of latkes before. I was that sheltered out in the suburbs, just seeing This is still sopping wet. But I looked at this recipe and it looked like delicious. So that night for dinner, we had for the first time, we had latkes, and they were a hit. Everyone liked the latkes. And we just did it ever since then. And I liked the ease of how many nights there were for Hanukkah, so that if I didn't quite get to it on the first night, I could still, at some point during Hanukkah, I could fit them in somehow, and we would have our latkes. All right, I like that. I may take this into my bathroom and blow dry this, because it's sopping wet. But I can see the music through it. I hope you can see the music through it. So I think I accomplished what I was hoping to accomplish. I'm going to go dry this. Hold on. Yeah, I'm at 26 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hold on. Okay, it's dry and I love it. I really, really think it turned out sweet. So now we have to tear it. Boy, wish me luck. First, I'm going to take off some of this excess so it doesn't get in my way. And then let's hope that this tears nicely. I'm not sure if I can save the chickadees in winter. That's okay. We know they're chickadees, right? Okay, this is driving me crazy. There. We know they're chickadees. Not even sure how much of that music is going to show through, but I know it's there. So that's nice. And I may trim this flush so that only this is the raw side. I think I need to bring it in closer. So much for my so much for my music. But you know what? I did need it to be thicker. It was very tissuey. So it had to be. And it might as well be that pretty music behind there, if it had to be something. I'm still in love, so that's okay. Yes, love it. Guess what? Oh, you can still see the music. Just blending some of that inking. How many? I'm at 30 minutes. Oh boy. Well, I found some tea-dyed onion skin paper that I'm going to put underneath. And that's going to go on top. And that's going to go there. And these little sweethearts are going to go right here. And that will give me room to write up there about Solstice. So, you know what? Usually I'll pause it and finish, but I actually have to run downstairs, and I'm looking at the clock here. So I can't do that right now. I really am going to have to post on Instagram when I'm done with this one. So I apologize. I'm sorry, but I do think this is going to be really, really pretty when I'm done, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. All right, take care. Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to get this finished at some point today, just not right now. I hope you're safe and healthy. Take care. Bye. Happy solstice.